What's up, guys? Today, as I mentioned in my prior video, I said I was going to be making a UFC Strike, UFC NFT video for you guys, showing off a little bit of my collection, the moments I was able to pick up along the way to acquire that Adesanya card. Let me just move this out of the way real quick. Hopefully, this loads all properly. Been having some Wi-Fi issues today for some reason. Here we go. Here. So as most of you know, those of you that have been following the Adesanya challenge, you have to spend $500 of net spend in order to be able to pick up that card. So a lot of people had different techniques to try and pick up profit along the way. Some people focused on picking up solid contenders such as Chimaev, um, Pimblet. Where's Pimblet? Pimblet and Pochaka. A lot of duplicates I saw on Evaluate Market. I'll be showing you guys this in a little bit. And then just trying to pick up some money along the way. I think some of these cards were sitting at a low 10 to 15 for a while during the opening of the market. And then they went way up, and there's been a sell-off, ever since the Adesanya card was released, and ever since people were able to complete that challenge. So for me, my personal technique to try and pick up value along the way. I don't know if that was the correct one. We'll see over time. I try to shoot for lower serial numbers and complete the contender sets. So I have a couple doubles from some packs that I've opened and some packs that I've purchased. But if you see along the way of my collection, most of the fighters that I've bought have a low serial number. The ones that don't have a lot of upside, such as Ars or D Chirico. I didn't really focus on the serial number. I just focused on having them into my collection set in order to complete that contender set, because I think that it could be helpful in the future if the UFC is having some challenges. It's pretty good to have some of these moments under your belt for value. So this is all my contender set here. I think it's all 25 of them. I saw some people focused on buying a lot of Chimaevs. I think it was like, when I checked on the value market, 10 or 15, 20 of Chimaevs. If you were able to pick him up for $15, $20 when he was at his cheapest, I think it was, and sell him at his spike, I think he was at $75 to $90, you were able to make a lot of money off of this card. This guy's probably going to be a future champ, or at least he's going to be in the top 5, top 3 for a long, long time, I believe. He's young, undefeated, insane stamina. So this guy right here has a lot of upside. So having this low serial number for me was a good technique. I think like his actual card at the moment is being sold around 55 to 60. If you want to get, I purchased this card right here for about $70, and it's for that low of a serial number at the moment, it's probably sitting at around 150. So I was able to about double the value on this moment. Ian Gary is also one of the contenders that I want to keep my eye on, which is why I get such a low serial number. He's an up and comer from Ireland as well. He's repping Conor McGregor vibes. He's young, undefeated, and hungry. So let's see how he does in the near future. As you can see, like lots of low serial numbers all across the board. For these guys, the guys that don't have a lot of upside, like Jing Liang, he's a UFC vet. He's been around for a while. He's solid, but I don't think he's got a lot of upside. He'll never be in championship talks. So higher serial number. I didn't really care about these fighters. But it's still good to be able to complete that contender set. McKinney is someone I wish I had gotten a lower serial number on. But like $500 of net spend, that's quite a bit of money. So he wasn't on my radar, but I saw that he won over the weekend by submission. So props to him. That was a solid moment. I think this weekend we have two fighters. We have Nzechukwu, Nigerian light heavyweight, big power. Hopefully he's able to pick up another knockout. And then we have Barbosa, who's also fighting, who's a UFC vet who's been around forever. So hopefully both of these fighters fight, and then we can monitor their value on the Evaluate market and see if them winning a performance helps raise their value. I'm looking at these NFTs as almost being like a stock on fighters. like they're selling their knockouts and submissions, and then if they're doing well on their performances and they're moving up the ranks, then hopefully their valuation also moves up as well, which will help all of us on the marketplace. So Pimblet and Proshaka also low serial numbers I was able to get here. Rakic was another one I was able to get at 189. I'm pretty happy with that one because he'll be fighting for the title, I feel, at some point. He's he's a pretty solid contender, so let's see how he does. And then we're getting to the main event here. So the UFC had released um, a little article on their blogs talking about the fact that there was some glitch with the champions, that they were not distributed accurately all across the board, and that some champions were not released in certain packs for people. So they gave uh, for each UFC Strike pack that you bought, they gave you an additional free card and $50 of credit. And I had no idea. I went on my account to to check out the marketplace, uh, and then went to go check out my collection, and I saw a nice little gold gun, and I was pretty excited. I'm from France originally too, so I actually went up to Anaheim to watch him fight. Unfortunately, he was on the wrong side of the decision. He lost. But yeah, that was a nice little surprise, and I feel like this is a guy who could definitely be champ at some point in the near future. So I'm going to be holding on to this one for a little while. I think his valuation is going to go up. It's sitting pretty low at the moment. And yeah, they just released the new Adesanya. I was able to get a semi decent serial number, 771, which hasn't been letting me play it as of now. I don't know why. Let's go check out the marketplace though, see what his valuation is currently sitting at. So Adesanya, the lowest ask is $290. So that's not bad. If you spend $500 and we're able to pick up some solid, contender NFTs along the way, then this is definitely a little plus here. I think his value will go down a little bit, and then it will probably shoot back up. This is the moment that won him the belt against Whitaker, one of his rivals. These guys really didn't like each other originally. So he was interim champion at the time, and this solidified the belt for him. So this is going to be a defining moment in his career. Nice little celebration here, shooting all his haters. This is a card that's going to have some value in the near future. He's one of the UFC's biggest stars. He just renegotiated his contract. I think he's the second highest paid fighter in the UFC after McGregor. So they really believe in him, and his stock is riding quite high. He's been winning pretty much all his fights, except against Blachowicz, but I mean, no small task. So this is a really solid card to have on your portfolio. Let's see the valuation of my card here. Looking at this, probably be around 370, 375. But like I said, I think owning a championship moment like this, for whatever reason, they did not make it gold, which is a little bit interesting to me because I think so this is when he won the belt, so it should be a championship moment. But this is going to be a card that is going to be valued quite high in the near future. And then next, talking about the next pack releases, they haven't announced that yet. But if I had to guess, they're probably going to have some announcement this weekend. There's a huge fight card, so I'm sure there's going to be plenty of eyeballs on everything that's happening this week as far as press conferences, interviews. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this fight card, so this is a perfect time for them, especially after the Adesanya drop. Is going to be a perfect time for them to release some new information on the next pack drops, which I think the market is stalling a little bit at the moment. It's becoming a little bit bearish due to the fact that there's been so many buys and so many sales. We're starting to see a little bit of a stalling movement on certain moments here. Lastly, I know there's a lot of videos out there already on YouTube talking about how to look up the valuation of your moments, and this is the perfect tool for it over here. Since we don't have anything like that on UFC Strike as of yet, but this is the perfect way to look up the valuation on any single one of your moments. You can click on any cards. I'm going to scroll down and look at the valuation of the gold cards. I want to see how much Gun is worth for. Oh man, he's shot down quite a bit actually. I think he was sitting at around 2,500 for a while, and now some people are selling him for 1,600. But uh, in my mind, all these NFTs are a long-term shot, long-term play. It's the valuation is gonna keep going up. These are series zero, and they're gonna have many releases over the years. And these are not like NBA games or NFL games where you can have a highlight every other night. This is fighters fight maybe 10 to 20 times in the UFC, and who knows if they even win all of them. So they'll probably have let's say on average 10 to 15 moments per fighter at most. So if you're able to own one of these, especially a gold one, one of 75 released out of, I think it is 390,000, or sorry, 690,000 cards or moments, then it's something solid to keep in your portfolio for a long time. As you can see, this is one of the solid tools here where you can see the valuation over time. So this is over the last 7 days. So he was selling at 2,300, and then he shot all the way back down on February 28th to 1848. So he's lost quite a bit of value, but I think it'll go back up. Just got to stay hopeful. You can see, you can look over here, bar graphs, see how many people are buying him on what days. So you can see like probably right before the Adesanya pack, people, rush to go buy some gold cards. Over here, you have all the transactions of everyone that bought in. And then you have the leaderboards of the people that bought these cards as well. Lastly, I was going to show you guys, I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. But this is my point here is going to be that you always want to keep an eye on the market, because I saw that someone was able to get their hands on an Ngannou for $500, and I think that card could probably be sold at around $5,000 to $6,000. So the lucky son of a gun out there that was able to pick this up for $500 is laughing his way up to the bank at the moment. And it's the most valuable card out of the whole set. Obviously, since he's the heavyweight champ, and that's a nasty knockout, nasty moment for him. Let's see here, but yeah, $500. If you're able to sell him for 5,000 to 6,000 after a 5% charge from the UFC, you're still able to make a pretty penny off of this moment here. Let's see. So here we can see all the transactions. Sorry, the Wi-Fi is kind of killing me at the moment. But as we can see, looking at this graph over here. Really sorry about this Wi-Fi, guys. I don't know what's going on. Pay $70 a month for Wi-Fi, and this is what's happening. So, yeah, Ngannou, looking at all these inputs into the graph, is sitting, except the outliers, which is this point here, they're all sitting between $4,000 to $6,000. And today, or yesterday actually, someone at 6 a.m., 6:55 a.m., serial number 45, posted this moment on the marketplace for $500, and I'm sure it was swooped up within seconds. Congratulations to the big winner here, Unaware Banana. That was a solid pickup for him. But yeah, guys, keep your eyes on the market. Use these tools here for the understanding of valuation of your moments, and be on the lookout for news on pack drop releases, because I'm sure the UFC is going to be announcing that very soon, as they haven't been posting anything lately on their blog. So If you like this video, if you enjoyed the content, leave me a like, subscribe, follow. That always helps in me making future content and talking about back releases, some of my plans for the near future on what moments I want to pick up and get my hands on. So thanks for watching this video. Peace.